Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of June 14th through the 20th. And during that time, we have a new moon that comes in on the 15th. And that, of course, is a time for fresh starts, new beginning, a good time to, start new projects, both inner and outer, that you want to work on and make new decisions. We also have the waxing crescent energy for the rest of the week. And that is a time for us to live up to our expectations and our intentions, is the word I was looking for, and start to make those plans and those first steps to start to accomplish those things that we've decided to work on for the new moon. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Scorpio. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is a win-win outcome is forecast. All right, let's see what the Scorpio Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder is that you do try to take the time this week to learn something new. And I don't mean, I feel like I learn new things every single day, but what I mean is a really good deep dive on something. So think about something that's maybe come up in the last few weeks that you were curious about or thought, I don't know anything about that. I'd like to learn that, or whatever, and do a deep dive and try to take those steps to start to learn that thing while we've got this new moon energy going on. It's just a really good time to do that. So, all right, let's get into this reading. Scorpio, June 14th through the 20th. A win-win outcome is forecast. And your overall energy for this week is the Queen of Pentacles. So that's a win-win, because the Queen of Pentacles is definitely someone who is very understanding, very on top of their material and financial world. So I would imagine, the Queen of Pentacles, the bills are paid, the house is clean, everything's in order, the shopping's been done. It's that kind of thing where you just feel like, everything's so now what do you do? Right? Make sure now you have time to learn that new thing. So looks like things are just kind of under control, when it comes to that. And if not, maybe this is your reminder that that's your new moon thing, is to try to get those things under control. All right, and your current situation right now is the High Priestess. So maybe that's what you do. So now that you've got your material world under control and you just feel like everything's in place, and I love days like that myself. I go through that when the full moon is when I just get everything done and I feel like, wow, nothing else to do. Nothing else to do, but here comes the High Priestess to, maybe as you're resting, a dream comes to you. Maybe there's some intuitive thing, or you just get that time to steer off into space and let these thoughts come to you. Let the mysteries of things come to you in the way of synchronistic thoughts, ideas, anything like that. So pay attention. You've got that High Priestess around you this week, working in your favor when it comes to things that come to us mysteriously. All right, at the root of your situation is this Two of Pentacles. So again, maybe this is a change you want to make because you feel, you've been having the feeling like, oh, I'm just trying to juggle everything. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. All those things when it comes to financial things or just material things, like, oh, I need to load the dishwasher, but I have to do this laundry and this other thing is going on. There's times in our life, I know, when you have kids and life is so busy, you're trying to get to one thing to the next, and it does feel like you're just trying to juggle everything. So if that's the case, sometimes it's good to just stop and examine those things. What is taking up my time? What am I so frustrated about? Write it down and then come up with a plan, right? And maybe that is what your new moon thing is, so that you feel like you're more in control, more like that Queen of Pentacles, that everything's just flows. There's a flow and everything's getting done, right? In your recent past, here is the Six of Swords. So it looks like calmly moving into your future from whatever you've had going on in your recent past here. So, and that when you're calm and things are moving like that, that's when you can stop and observe things. And again, like I said, make a change. And it's a really good time to do that because it's the new moon energy. So a win-win outcome again. um Whatever this means, if these thoughts are going on for home and you live with other people, that everybody wins there. If it's work things, everybody wins there also. What's on your mind this week, Scorpio, is the Page of Swords. So, some new way of thinking or some new way of communicating. And maybe that's because you learned something about this week. Again, if you try to look around and say, well, why am I juggling these things? You might learn how to put your bills on auto pay. That's one thing that's like, oh, that's so nice. I just look at a statement once a month because everything's just kind of paying itself. I don't have to worry about that every month, you know. I don't have to worry about a late fee because my bills are on auto pay. So that could be a thing that you stop worrying about and doing for yourself. But something like that, something that maybe is an automatic thing that needs to happen because it keeps you out of this kind of feeling like you're trying to juggle to get everything done. What is just ahead of you, Scorpio, this week is the 10 of Wands. So this could be just the ending again of an old way of doing things. You're going to push through, finish, and again with this new moon, you come up with these new ideas. I'm going to do this and let's do this month and see if at the end of this cycle you feel less like this too and more like that Queen of Pentacles energy, which you have that energy anyway. You just have to uncover it and find the tricks that get you to feel that way, right? Okay, in your advice position here is the World card, which is about finding that perfect balance. So the advice is to look for the balance. What are you doing here that you can, or what are you not doing that you can pull into your life and do, as a way to balance things? So I love that advice. Find the balance, find the perfect balance for you. Doesn't mean you have to do anything like anyone else. You're going to do it your way and you're going to find that way to be balanced. What is beyond your control this week is the Three of Pentacles. So, some sort of creative collaboration here. When this could be at work, this could be at home with others. This could be, if this is at home, maybe, if you're running a home and you've got a spouse and kids, you're going to sit down and we used to do this with get little pieces of paper and write all the chores on them and decide to we're gonna divide up the chores kind of you can either choose, maybe you choose the ones that you like, so everybody gets to go around the table and choose the chore that they like to do, and now what's the next thing that you like to make a game out of it, right? That's kind of creative collaboration so that you're feeling less stressed and other people are kind of putting their hand, and if you're living in a home with others, even if they're little. I've been watching my grandchild, and he just learned that he can throw things away, and it's the most cute thing that if he has a little piece of food or something, he'll take it to the trash can and throw it in, and it's so cute. It's like they feel proud because they're doing their part. So even when you have little kids like that are that little, they want to help too. So if you have kids, make sure you're getting that kind of help from everyone. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Well, hopefully that is your secret desire because it's our happiest card in the deck. Sun, light, just enlightenment, the warmth of the sun, just a happy time, happy day. Of course, I do hope that's your secret desire. I don't know anyone that's trying to avoid the sun unless they're a vampire. So, if happiness is your goal, this is the new moon. You start to, again, work on those things to get you closer and closer to that goal. We're all trying to do that. What is your perfect week? What's your perfect day look like? Write it down. Write it down. What does it look like? And what are you doing to contribute to that right now? And what are you not doing? What changes do you need to make? In your outcome position here, Scorpio, is a little rest and meditation with the Four of Swords. So make sure that your week is a little relaxing there too. Make sure that it's not all about work and trying to make sure that of course you're trying to get that where things are balanced, but you want to be happy. So maybe by the end of the week you feel like, okay, you've set some things in motion with the new moon, you've got some changes going so that you can take a little time for yourself for resting and meditation. So that being said, we have some repeaters here. Please look up angel number 22, and I think that was the only repeater that we had. So let's see what's hidden from you at the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is our master of logic and master of just knowing things on an intellectual level. So there may be things, because that's hidden from you, there may be things that you do need to learn this week to kind of sort these things out. Like I said, to get yourself a little bit from this two of Pentacles to where you're feeling more like the queen who has things taken care of and can take that time to rest and meditate. So definitely want to move in that direction. All right, let's get to a final message here. Final message for Scorpio from the Soul Oracle deck for this reading. Scorpio, June 14th through the 20th. Okay. Have faith. Yeah, have faith that you can accomplish this, you know. Um, you've got this intuition and this high priestess working with you this week. Again, that's paying attention to, again, the mysterious thing, paying attention just to your intuition and having faith that that you know, there's some level that you know what you need and what you want, and have faith in that and go ahead and put that into action. Again, a win-win outcome is forecast. Everybody wins when you do this. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care, Scorpio. Self-care for Scorpio this week. Okay, and the card that comes for you is the card called Success. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow, problems are solved quickly and easily, helpful people show up for you, and unexpected gifts fall into your lap. Well, I love that because it is really about what we were talking about here, a win-win outcome, success when you involve others, you know, especially again, if this is home related or even work related. Sometimes you do have to delegate or tell people, hey, we need to do this together. So, Scorpio, good luck with all this. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you have questions, also, I'd be happy to answer those as well. And if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe will help you find me next week, where you can come back and we can see where this energy goes. So, good luck with this, Scorpio. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.